It is a tendency identified by the late Australian political philosopher Kenneth Minogue as St. George in retirement syndrome. After slaying the dragon, the brave warrior finds himself stalking the land looking for still more glorious fights. He needs his dragons. Eventually, after tiring himself out in pursuit of ever smaller dragons, he may eventually be found swinging his sword at thin air, imagining it to contain dragons. If that is a temptation for an actual St. George, imagine what a person might do who is no saint, owns no horse or lance, and is being noticed by nobody. How might they try to persuade people that, given the historic chance, they too would, without question, have slain that dragon?
We offer transgender clients therapists who are knowledgeable, who can help people to transition, to move along, or to decide how far they want to go.
They are supportive. They are affirming of all of your identities. So no matter what you bring into the space, they hear you, they see you, they believe in your experience.
If you were to go in for counseling and you said to the therapist, "Hey, I'm struggling with something. I hate myself. I hate my life. And I think it'd be better for me if I wasn't even alive at all." That's a big problem. It's a very serious problem that needs to be worked through carefully. But imagine if this licensed professional ignores your problem, disregards their training, and doesn't even take the time to ask you why you feel this way, and then responds to you with something like, "Well, maybe you should end your life. Here's a prescription for some pills so that we can take steps towards making this a reality." If a therapist ever did that, they should go to jail. Why exacerbate your client's insecurities? Is it not hard enough for them already? And as a therapist, shouldn't you explore and ask your client why they feel this way so that you can hopefully help them to become content with life? We can agree with that, right? That's what it looks like when a therapist does their job, right? So then why would it ever make sense for a licensed therapist to suggest to a young girl who hates herself for being a girl that maybe she'd be happier as a boy, rather than asking her why she feels this way so that she can be helped to be comfortable in her own skin? Why would that ever make any sense to do? Well, it doesn't make sense. You wouldn't counsel like that if a 90-pound anorexic girl came in talking about how she's fat and how she needs to lose weight. You wouldn't affirm her idea because it's dangerous, because to her, she'll never be skinny enough. And the same thing goes for the trans person. They'll never really feel masculine enough or feminine enough. So from a therapeutic standpoint, what makes more sense? Sending them on a snipe hunt, chasing after something that they will never catch, or maybe asking them why they feel this way and exploring and helping them to be comfortable in their own skin. See, what happened to the whole self-love thing? What happened to that? So if a girl hates the appearance of her breasts, then it's, "Honey, you're fine, you're beautiful, just accept your body, love your body." But if she hates the fact that she has them, then it's, "Yeah, cut them off." Does that make any sense? Why do we go about this properly in any other body image issue, but when the trans issue appears, we put our heads in the sand? Why? Well, the only reason I can think of is because this is all intertwined with ideology. Because when the suicide rate in trans people is higher than that of black people in slavery and that of Jewish people during the Holocaust, you'd think that we'd be allowed to stop and talk about the implications of endorsing this. But the fact that everybody loses their mind whenever somebody dares to say something as innocuous as gender is a fact, it really shows their hand. Because we, as a society, have been sold a lie that the trans issue is the new civil rights issue. And nobody wants to be on the wrong side of history, but here's the thing, this is not civil rights. This is a mental health issue. Deep down, you know that a lot of this is bogus and can't be good, but you go along with it. Why? Let me guess. It's because you're a good person? And yeah, inequality still exists. Lizards still crawl through the cracks, but all the dragons are dead. There's no civil rights fight anymore. And you think, oh, no, it's because I'm an empathetic person. It's because I'm a good person is why I believe this. Really? Because if you actually cared about these people, maybe you would use your brain and think through the implications for a second. But that doesn't happen. Because this is not about empathy. It's ego. This is about you using insecure and vulnerable people as a stepping stool to your moral high ground. Hey, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, could you do me a favor and share it with people that you know would like it? Or who wouldn't like it? That works too.